This is Chapter 1, Music Cover Artwork, Stage 4, Saving Files for Multiple Media. We are saving the file out to fit the requirements of the places that we are sending these out to. We are looking at the largest file size of 4000 by 4000 pixels. We're going to be doing a 3000 by 3000 image, and then we're going to do a file size that is 2000 by 2000 pixels. So we're going to need to consider file formats as well as sizes. We have GIFs or GIFs, which are graphic interchange format. Those are lossless compressions and they have a good file size to them. PNGs have the ability to carry transparencies. JPEGs are lossy compression, which means every time you save a JPEG you're going to lose a little bit of information. And there are TIFF formats, which are larger formats. They're not as commonly used for online applications anymore. They're primarily used for print, but we'll be saving out to different formats so that you understand how to do this. The chart on page 95 gives you a summary of the common file formats. In your file, make sure that all of your layers are visible. You will go to File, choose Export, and Export As. For your file formats, you're going to choose JPEG, and under Scale All, you're going to choose one time, which you're going to output, which is the size that it currently is. Make your suffix as -4000px. Hit the plus button to add another size in, and from the drop down you're going to select the 3/4 0.75, and for the suffix type in the -3000px. All that's going to do is that's going to add that to the name of the file so that you know which one is which size. You're going to do that one more time, and from the drop down you're going to select the 1/2 or 0.5x, and for a suffix on that change that to -2000px, or actually it's -2000px. If you have not already done so, make sure that you slide your quality slider all the way over to high, and then you'll be able to click Export. Navigate in there to go to your WIP folder, your music folder, and your final files folder within that. Select folder, and that's going to export that out. Then you can go look in your files for your final files folder, and you will find the 3 files in there, and you'll be able to see what the sizes are. The 2000 file is 1.5 megs approximately. The 3 by 3000 is going to be 2.9 or somewhere around 3 megabytes, and the full version, which was 4000 by 4000, is a 4.3, 4.4, somewhere in through there megabyte file. Next, we're going to resize this and crop this image down for print, and we'll be saving out as a flattened file in the TIFF format. First, let's go to File and do a Save As. And if you're not saving to your computer rather than the cloud, you need to save this to your computer. And we're going to be saving this as Cover Art Final. And put that into your final files. If you don't have your guides visible, go to View, Show, Guides, and make sure that's selected. Then go to View, Guides, and make sure that your guides are not locked. And if they are locked, unlock them. Next, you're going to pick up the crop tool, and you're going to make sure that the delete cropped pixels box is checked, and you're going to drag your handles down to crop to the outermost guide. Should pretty much pop into place. I'm going to zoom in just to make sure I'm getting that exactly where I want it to be. And I've missed on this one, so let me bring that down. There it is. Okay. Then we can press enter, or you can hit the check mark at the top of the screen and you'll be able to accept that crop. We're going to save another copy of this, so we'll go to File, Save a Copy, and in your music final files you're going to change the word copy to print. But we're going to make one more change before you select save, and that's in your file type. You're going to click on that drop down and go down and select TIFF. We're also going to deselect the layers option, which is going to flatten this image, which is why we wanted to save a layered version before we flattened this. Click on the Save button and you'll get another dialog box that's going to pop up that's for TIFF options. We're going to deselect image compression, so we will have none. Very often we use LZW or zip for compression. Zip is not supported by all of the desktop publishing software, and JPEG is lossy and will lose some quality, but we are not of a large enough file size that we really need to use the LZW compression. We're going to leave the pixel order radio button in the default value. Under layer compression, make sure discard layers and save a copy is selected. Then select OK to save the TIFF file. You can then close your file. When you are asked if you wish to save the changes, you do not need to save them. Click No or Don't Save. Now we can review the files that we created. You have your final cover for print, your final cover in Photoshop, and you have the 3 JPEGs. You will need to turn in all 5 of these files. You can go up into your music folder. You can take this copy and if you go to share, you should be able to, with that selected, zip that folder, and you then have the option of loading the final zip file or each one of the individual files into Canvas for grading.